Good day, my name is Adiremi Adeomi. We from the Department of Business Administration, and I am group leader for Group 7. My group, as well as we are to present the topic Elements of Business Communication. These are my group members.
Good day, my name is Olusegun Ifeoluwa.
Mala Rachel.
I'm Olupelumi Mercy Folario.
Udo Upauto Augustine.
Yeah, I'm Idris Aisha.
My name is Mogaji Ajarat Mutrayo.
I'm Lawal Morola Oluwa. I am Latif Salako.
I am Apata Ismail.
Muyadekunle Buluwatife.
Is Awolowo Funmilayo.
Now to introduce the topic. Communication, or rather, might I say, effective communication, is very vital to the success of any business, as it facilitates collaboration, decision-making, and relationship building among the customers and the business itself. According to Rockwell, communication stems from the word communicare, which means to share. Hence, we can say communication has to do with the experience of sharing. Communication involves the actions of information, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, emotions through spoken or written words. But Habeos and Weaver II further explained that communication is not just limited to spoken or written words alone, but also body language, personal mannerisms, and style. Anything that has meaning to a message.
Importance of communication facilitates decision making and planning. Clear communication ensures that decisions are made faster and plans are executed properly. Enhances managerial efficiency. Managers use communication to ensure that all activities are coordinated and well done. It promotes cooperation and team building. Effective communication helps to build teams and promotes cooperation within workers in an organization. Ensures clarity and minimizes understanding. Effective communication makes sure that jobs are delivered clearly and there's no misunderstanding between the managers and the workers in an organization. And finally, builds and maintains relationship with stakeholders. So on the list, communication builds and maintains relationship with these stakeholders. Effective and clear communication ensures that a relationship is built between the managers, the employees, and the customers of an organization.
Communication process. This is a systematic sequence through which information are exchanged between an individual or an entity. It's a systematic series of actions that involve the sender conveying a message through a medium or a channel to a receiver, who then provides feedback. It requires that both the sender and the receiver share a common understanding and actively engage in the communication process. Feedback is crucial as it ensures that the message or information is received accurately and allows for adjustments in communication process if necessary.
The elements of communication include the following: sender, message, receiver, channel, and noise.
The sender is the originator of the message. Is responsible for encoding the message clearly and effectively. It conceives the idea, information, and message that he wants to pass along to the receiver. In other words, he is the encoder of the message, that is, putting the message or idea into spoken language and symbols that can be sent and understood by the receiver. He ensures that the message aligns with the intended purpose. The receiver. This is the person or group for whom the message is intended. It is the person that decodes the message. He or she is the one that accepts or receives the message sent by the sender. He or she is responsible for decoding the message accurately and should provide feedback to confirm understanding.
The message. This is the content or information being communicated. It is the idea, feeling, or information that the sender transmits or relays to the receiver. It is the stimulus that can produce a meaning. The message must be clear, concise, and relevant. It can also be conveyed verbally and non-verbally. Channel. This is the medium through which the message is sent. It is the route through which the message travels. The channel could be through mass media like radio, television, newspaper, print, phone calls, emails, and so on.
Feedback. This is the receiver's response to the message sent by the sender. It can be verbal or non-verbal. It is essential for ensuring the message was understood correctly. It helps to improve future communication by providing insight into the effectiveness of the message. Noise. This is anything that interferes with the transmission of the message from the sender to the receiver. In other words, it is anything that interrupts the effective reception of the message. Noise significantly impacts to the clarity and effectiveness of communication.
Concept of noise in business. As stated earlier, noise is an interference that occurs during the process of sending message to the sender through the receiver. It also affects the reception and understanding of the message. Some of the different forms of noise are external noise. This comes from the environment and prevents the message from being understood by the receiver. It distracts the attention of those involved in communication. Internal noise is caused by what is going through your mind, that is your thoughts and your feelings.
If your focus is not on the communication at hand, you might thereby be distracted.
Psychological noise. This manifests when we allow our bias, prejudice, assumption and preconditions interfere with effective message trans- transmission and reception. While psychological noise, according to Rothwell, psychological or biological influences such as sweaty pants, pounding heart, and butterfly in the stomach, induced by speech anxiety or feeling sick or exhausted at work, can produce dramatic interference on both the sender and the receiver. Semantic noise, it refers to misunderstanding or misinterpretation arising from differences in meaning assigned to words or phrase by different people within the context of communication. It often occurs due to ambiguity, jargon, cultural differences, emotional connotation, conceptual differences, etc. Noise can lead to misunderstanding, errors, and inefficiencies.
Overcoming noise. I'll be talking about the strategies to overcome noise. Number one is to ensure a quiet environment. This means that you should minimize physical distractions and look for a secluded space. The next one is use clear languages. That means avoid jargons and use straightforward languages. The next one is provide context. This means that you should offer background information to clarify the message. Seek feedback. It's just talking about you confirming if the person understands and ask questions. The last but not the least, this last one says choose the appropriate time to communicate to minimize noise.
Effective for business communication, be clear and concise. Order it, we have use simple or direct English, avoid jargons unless the audience is familiar with it. Keep your message focused and to the point. Number two, listening actively and empathically. Under it, we have pay attention to the speaker without interrupting, show understanding and empathy by acknowledging the speaker perspective. Ask clarifying questions if needed.
Effective business communication is the use of appropriate channels, like choose your best medium for your message, consider the preference and accessibility of your audience. We also have another example, which is beware of non-verbal cues, which is maintain eye contact with your audience to show engagement, using of appropriate body language to reinforce your message. So the last point in maintaining effective business communication is be mindful of your tone, facial expression and gestures.
Effective business communication provides and encourage feedback. So encourage questions and inputs from your audience to ensure understanding of the message that is being passed. So offer constructive feedback for future better communication. Then use feedback to adapt communication style and approach. Also, we have clarity. We have to ensure clarity and context. So provide necessary background information to help the audience understand the message better. Avoid assumption. Summarize any potential ambiguities. So summarize key points to reinforce understanding.
Adapt to your audience. Tailor your message based on the audience knowledge, expectation, and cultural background. When tailoring your message, it is crucial to consider the audience existing knowledge, what they expect, and their cultural background to ensure effective communication. The next point under adapt to your audience is consider the level of detail needed for different stakeholders. It is essential to adjust the level of detail for specific needs and understanding. Be consistent. Ensure consistency in your message to avoid confusion. By keeping your communication style, your tone, and your key points consistent, you create a clear and coherent narrative for your audience to follow. Then align your verbal and non-verbal communication. Follow up with written communication if necessary to reinforce important points. By keeping a written record, it helps to prevent misunderstandings and also serve as a valuable reference.
Effective communication is the cornerstone of successful business operation. It ensures that information flows seamlessly, decisions are made efficiently, and relationships are strengthened. Key elements of communication, such as the sender, receiver, message, channel, feedback, and noise, helps to identify and overcome potential barriers. Recognizing the types of noise and employing strategies to mitigate their impact is crucial in maintaining clarity and effectiveness in business interactions.
Now, in conclusion, by fostering clear, concise, and considerate communication, businesses can enhance their productivity, their effectiveness, their efficiency, and also achieve their long term strategic goals. Continuous improvement and awareness of business practices is very essential for the business. Remember, the goal is not to be heard, but to be understood, and also to foster meaningful connections. Now, on behalf of Group 7, we say thank you for listening.